Hello guys and welcome to the video, you pencil neck geeks! Today we are doing NWOpening 53!
I'm actually 53!
53! And it is the collector's edition, classy Freddie Blassie WWE Elite figure. This is a really cool piece. I picked this up on eBay on bid last year at some point. I think I got this for around £13, which is kind of crazy. I don't think we even got this figure over here, and you can kind of tell that from the fact that it has the bio and such on the back there. Pretty sure that indicates a US import, but I don't actually know for certain. But yeah, you know, this is pretty cool. It's a nice little like relic to pick up for around £13, and you know, it's a nice little addition to the Legends collection. So we've got, you know, the figure there, first time in a lime. And we got the little collector's edition logo in the top corner, little picture of Freddie on the side, and then we've got the bio on the back. No, the figures in the series, I'm not actually sure what series this is from, but we got the bio. It's from St. Louis, Missouri, 220 pounds, 5'10", Hall of Fame inductee. Listen up, you pencil neck geeks. Whether an in-ring performer or manager, the Hollywood fashion plate is a true WWE legend. And what I like about that on this note is that even though this is an old man version of Freddie Blassie, the shirt, as you can see, is removable, as was the original Classic Superstars figure of Freddie, so that you can have him wrestle in the ring if you want to with his red trouser legs. And without any further ado, let's get into this. I've been meaning to crack this open for 2 days now, so let's just get it going. Okay, so there's the figure, and there's his cane. You are very welcome to hold that, Freddie. I didn't mean to take that from you. There you go. And this is a pretty cool iteration of the character. We've got a pretty solid head scan there. Very much looks like Freddie. It really rather well encapsulates that picture of him on the side of the box. It's very much the same sort of expression. You could see definitely what they've been going for with it there. It's got a really nice sort of iconic Freddie look in this, you know, flashy red jacket, which, as I said earlier, is removable so that he can, you know, wrestle if you really want him to. And the thing I like most, the detail I like most, is the fact that he's got his pointed finger. And in fact, you can even see his ring on that pointed hand. But what's even better than that is that, I mean, of course, he's got a regular grip hand to swap in for that pointed finger, but he also has a pointed finger on the other hand as well. And I don't know why, but I just like that detail, the fact that they didn't sort of cop out as they did with like the Keith Lee and such, and give you just one hand with the you know, one kind of gimmick hand. They gave him both pointing fingers, so you know, he could just poke a guy in both eyes if he wants to. The cane here, it's not much to write home about, but, you know, it's a little bit different. It's a bit better than it just being sort of all one colour. We got the sort of handle there as well. And now let's just quickly take a look at the back of the figure. There's no sort of details or anything on that jacket. It's just sort of, you know, glittered gold and, you know, red jacket. And under it, we see that necklace kind of hidden away, which is kind of interesting as well. You know, it's a bit of a different sort of design. And as you can see there, it's actually only Velcroed on the bottom half. And this is supposed to sit like a bit lower down on him. I'm going to guess that it's at least partly held up by that pointing hand. Yeah, that's a bit better now. And you can see him there with like more of an open chest kind of look. But yeah, and if we take that off him, you can see that underneath we kind of have that fairly commonly used, that body mold that's fairly commonly used for Legends figures. It kind of overshots his trousers there. They weren't scared of giving him a beer gut, were they? And of course, this is a bit of an older figure, so it does only have the single jointed elbows. But to be honest, I would be surprised if I even take that jacket off and use him for any kind of actual fighting. As you can see, he's not got any stain from being packaged with the jacket, so that's always a nice addition. Now, one gripe that I do have straight out of the box, actually two gripes, and they're both on the same leg. That hip joint does not sit remotely flush And, you know, I'm actually kind of scared to even tilt that. But yeah, I guess we'll have to kind of try and boil that and loosen that up, but that's not great. I've never really dealt a lot with problem joints in these kind of trousered figures before, so I don't know if that'll flatten down or not. He also has that big black dot on his knee, which is a much smaller deal, but, you know, it is still a little bit annoying. Moving into the joint check, it doesn't really matter all that much because, as I say, this guy is mostly going to be doing his managerial role that a lot of us know him better for doing. But we will go through them all anyway. So first of all, that head's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And you know what I've just thought? Actually, after Earl Hebner with repainted hair, I would argue this is possibly a good head for Big Daddy. Not something I would have ever thought of, but now it's in front of me, maybe. Shoulder, that's okay. Oh, actually, we do have a little bit of a stain on that bicep there. As you can see, I don't know if that's from the coat or just some factory stuff. You know, these things happen. But the shoulder moves out and up and down, absolutely fine. That's perfect. Bicep swivel is fine, and that elbow is fine, and that wrist is nice and tight. That finger is slightly bent from the packaging, which is not great, but, you know, it is what it is. That shoulder, also fine. Bicep swivel, fine. And the single jointed elbow is nice and stiff, and that hand's a little bit loose in the first one, but not bad at all. The ab joint is great, and the waist, it could be better, it could be worse. And in terms of legs, you know, that moves fine. The thigh swivel's just never going to get used. Double jointed knee moves fine, and the shoe is fine. But as you know, I have concern with shoes like this. It seems to be fine. Again, he's not going to be wrestling, so it's okay. But, you know, if it's like a curved shoe, I do worry about whether that figure's going to be able to stand up. This leg does not move out on that hinge either. So that's definitely something I'm going to have to look into on both sides. Of course, that leg, everything is moving fine there. But we are going to have to get that flattened out because it is going to stop him from standing up properly. In this condition, he kind of looks like every British granddad on holiday in Benidorm. But yeah, let's get his jacket back on and we'll finish things off. Okay, so to sum up, I think this is a great figure. I think it's a great iteration of the character, and I'm really happy I was able to get it so cheaply. It's not the kind of figure, being a manager, of like, not necessarily integral importance to my Fed. You know, I wouldn't really want to pay any more than I did for this figure, but I do think that it is really nice, and it is a lovely addition to the collection. I think the fact that the jacket is removable and everything is a nice touch. I think the pointed fingers are a great touch as well. It's a bit of a shame about the hip joint, but, you know, that we can't really mark the figure down for that. We can only mark Mattel's factories for letting that get out, really. And all in all, I think that's really great. So what I like to do with my figure unboxings is talk about what this guy's going to be doing in my Fed. Now, Freddie is not going to do anything necessarily out of the ordinary, you know, anything that we don't really know about already. He's going to be a manager, and he's going to be a manager of someone he's managed in the past, someone who's very prominent in DSW. And everything is going to be pretty by the books in that respect. But nothing is ever how it seems in DSW. And that being said, I also have a Freddie Blassie video that's meant to be coming out with my Wrestling Stories series, which I really need to do more videos on, talking about the guy in real life. And on the note of my Fed, the DSW Fixed World pay-per-view has just been announced, and that will be coming, I don't know, imminently. I had to move the ring to film this video, so we are in the middle of filming for that. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this unboxing, please check out the NWOpenings playlist. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this, and goodbye.